So we have made it to Kapiri Mposhi, but it has been dramatic. The roads, for starters, were pretty hairy. We saw a couple of crashes. Also, I saw a guy getting attacked by a snake. And then when we got here, what happened, Zoe?
When we got here, we got inundated basically for a taxi. We managed to find one, get here. Then when we went to get our ticket, they said we had to pay in cash, and we've got some cash, but not that much. So I had to break the stuff. Jez went to go back into town, where the only ATM is, get out some cash, but the ticket costs 4,000 kwacha, so we basically don't have any money now for the train when it's just cash only.
So we've got about £4 to last us 2.5 days of food. We were going to just chill and have some nice beers tonight. Instead, we're going to be eating apples and carrots like horses.
We're in the cabin. It's nearly 4 o'clock, which is when we're about to leave. It's actually it's pretty good. Like there's loads of so it's meant to be for 6 people. Well, it can fit up to 6 people. We've splurged a little bit and booked it all out just for the 2 of us, which I'm very, very glad we've done, because it's at least 2 days, and it just means we can spread all our stuff out. And yeah, it's actually pretty nice. So we're gonna wait till the train goes, and then maybe go and explore. So it's 4 p.m, bang on 4 p.m, and we've left. We've left on time. Amazing.
So these are our rations to last the trip. It should be ample if the trip lasts 2 days as advertised, but we have heard that this train journey can sometimes take up to 5 days, in which case we're going to be pretty screwed, particularly on the waterfront, as we've literally just got this and that as our sources of water. So fingers crossed we arrive on time. So, tending to the essentials. So we are 2 hours into our journey, and we've just made our first stop at a place called Makushi, which is pretty good going considering all the stops and starts we had on our last train. So long may this continue. We've discovered that there is taps that do water, so we're not going to run out of water even if we run out of food, so that's a bonus. Despite the stuff with the cash, just like really happy to be on this train and to have made it, and you know, whatever happens, you know, we won't starve, we'll be okay. However long it takes, we'll get there. So, you know, we may be saying something different in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, or in fact the next few seconds when you watch the next clip, but for now, it's a good feeling. It's now 8:30 in the evening. We've just been to the dining car for dinner. We had some shima, which we spent the last of our money, apart from the 20 kwacha that we've got saved for water on. But yeah, there's a bar carriage, but obviously we can't go there because we've got no money to buy anything. So we've just come back to our little compartment and settling down for an early night, and very pleasant it is too. So it's just after 7 on Wednesday morning, and we are just pulling into Kasane. We've been going about 15 hours and had a pretty good night's sleep, I have to say. It was very comfy beds. Any slight thing is the conductor doesn't seem to know how to use his inside voice, but other than that, it was a very pleasant evening. And yeah, I think we're going to cross the border hopefully with a fair wind at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. But yeah, it's been very, very easy so far. It's not a high pace some of the time, but you know, we're progressing. Would you say you're a woman at leisure right now, Zoe?
Yes. So far, the journey has not been that bad. I'm rewriting all my French notes into a brand new school notepad that I've brought in Lusaka. We've got some nice snacks to eat. Just gonna edit a video, not this video, an old video, and we've got hopefully we can change our Mozambique money at the Tanzanian border. We will have a great night. If we can't, we will be having a dinner of Oreos and crackers.
So it's now 3:45 on Wednesday, and we think we're approaching the Tanzanian border. Hopefully we'll be able to get through there in a couple of hours, but we have heard tales of giant spiders in the waiting room, which is not too appetizing, but if that's the worst we face, I think we'll be okay. We are just queuing up immigration on the Zambia side. It's like 4:10, and this could be a long process, but we'll let you know when we're through. Just got through, but oh look, who's there? Yeah, we've just got through, but the guy is not in a hurry, and unfortunately it was just like taking phone calls and stuff, and just like a man of leisure. And it did cost us $50, so we definitely don't have any cash now to spend on extravagances or enjoyment on the train.
So, tonight's train dinner, we have bread rolls, slightly crusty, a little bit hard, but that's the flavour. Tomatoes, which are slightly warm, and we've got a lovely toothpaste box, which is our chopping board, and a bush knife, bushy. I'm just going to have tomato and Pringle. Jez is going to have tomato, Pringle, and some dairy
Laughing cow.
Laughing cow. Excuse me. Jez is going to have laughing cow cheese slices with his.
Zoe's got enough. I've got enough. We've got plenty.
Such a niche reference.
So it is day 3 of our Tazara train adventure. We are somewhere in Tanzania after a very good night's sleep. I think we both got about 10 hours. And yeah, woke up this morning cold for the first time in probably a month, maybe more. It was a little bit nippy in the air, but yeah, I don't think we're going to arrive on our scheduled time, but hopefully we make it to Salaam in the daylight so that we can get to our hostel a little bit easier. But it's not looking like that at the moment. We stopped somewhere during the night for about 2 hours at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and we've been stopped here for about half an hour. So unless these are scheduled stops, I think we're going to be quite late. Delicious, nutritious breakfast.
I've not just had Pringles, so I had some crackers.
So
it's very balanced.
Wintry weather this morning. Sombre. So it is now 12:40 on Thursday. We've stopped in a town called Malimba. We're due to be here for about 2 hours. You know, if this was running a schedule, we would already be in Salaam now, but at the moment it looks like it's going to be quite a long time before we get there, and almost certainly nightfall. So got some interesting choices ahead, but first direct daylight in 2 days, so not all bad. So here is a full shot of the mighty beast that is the Tazara. It's a mighty beast, but it's also a bloody slow beast. One great thing about this train is that it has every carriage has a speaker in it that's just banging out like constant 80s classics or African music. And DJ Murray is the DJ. We know that because he will constantly interrupt songs by going DJ Murray. But yeah, can't beat a classic. So it's a 2-hour stop. We're going a little bit stir crazy.
Maybe this is like a social experiment. Like, what happens if, like, what do 2 food deprived, sunlight deprived people do after 4 days? It's the only explanation. Really? How do people from Tanzania score in basketball?
I don't know, how do people from Tanzania score in basketball?
Play Salaam dunking.
I would just like to point out that Zoe scoffed at me for bringing a tin of tomatoes, and now she craves that tin of tomatoes desperately. She wants it for herself.
I'd rather starve than eat the tomatoes.
It's an unconvincing alibi.
Oh.
So it is now 7:30 on Thursday night. We sort of I've been stuck at a station for about 2 hours, so not gone anywhere, but this is kind of good because it means the longer we stay here, the more chance we've got of arriving at Dar es Salaam in daylight, so we're not too fussed about that. Are we, Zoe?
Huh?
We're not too fussed about the wait here.
No, it's fine, and it actually works out better. You just said this, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not fussed about the wait. It's all good.
It's 8:55. We're moving again, very slowly. Not sure what happened. That was a long hour. That was a long delay. At least 2 or 3 hours, possibly more. But it's kind of time's lost all meaning at this point. Okay, my optimism was short-lived there. It's 8:56. We've stopped moving again. So it's 5:45 on Friday morning, and it looks like we've just arrived in Dar es Salaam. So that's the end of the line. We made it. There she is, the mighty slow Tazara. So we just got caught in a downpour as we went to a cash machine, but we have money again, which is great, and you know, just a 16-hour delay so on our train, so again, not too bad. I mean, we think English trains are bad, and they are, but yeah, 16 hours and no hint of a refund, and that's just the way it is. Can't complain.
And we just got to the slow method. We booked a night, but obviously we were a day late, so we don't have a booking here. So we decided to go straight to Zanzibar. So we're going to have some breakfast and then get the ferry to the island.
So that was another, pretty full-on arrival. We got to the ferry terminal and just got swamped with people again, and it was very confusing as to where to go, but we figured it out. A nice guy who was one of Azam ferries helped us, and we're now in the lounge waiting to get the ferry, which should leave in about an hour or so, fingers crossed, and then we'll be on Zanzibar, and then we've got to go through all the chaos again. So we're just doing the penultimate leg of the journey now, the ferry to Zanzibar, and then when we get there, the taxi across the island should take about an hour and a half, and then finally, after well over 4 days of constant travel, we'll get a rest.
We're so nearly there, and Zanzibar is beautiful, so all worth it when we have a cocktail and
So we're off the ferry, finally, and well, not finally, it was actually a pretty easy journey, and now just got to go through customs, and then we're on Zanzibar, and we just got to get a taxi to Paje, and then we can rest.
got through customs, and now customs, you literally show your passport, and now we're on our way to our hostel in Paje.
This should just be the last leg of the journey, and then we're there. So we've spent 62 hours on a train, and 6 of the last 9 days either on a ferry, a bus, a car or a train, and it's been hard going, but I think it's going to be worth it.
The never-ending journey has come to an end, so we are blessed.
And you can find out exactly how blessed we are next video. He's basically like us, just taking us home with him wherever he goes.